Yeah, hello, my name is Axel Hauschild. I'm from the University of Kiel in northern Germany, and I was covering the immunotherapy since the adjuvant setting at this important meeting here in Rio de Janeiro. And I need to say, till this year we had just interferon treatment, and interferon treatment showed a modest benefit in disease-free survival and almost no benefit for overall survival. And therefore we're extremely happy to have new immunotherapies available, and this is namely the PD-1 antibodies. The reason why I'm not mentioning ipilimumab as an approved treatment is that the European agencies have never approved ipilimumab high-dose treatment, in contrast to the United States, where FDA approved the drug roughly a year ago. So we will have approvals hopefully very soon for the PD-1 antibodies pembrolizumab and nivolumab. The nivolumab trial is more mature, it has been released earlier, so I expect to see the nivolumab approval earlier. And you know, the Checkmate 238 trial showed a remarkable result. It was an almost 50% improvement in relapse-free survival after 18 months. The data have been evaluated after a relatively short follow-up time, so we need to wait for overall survival results, but I personally have no doubt that the data are very mature and extremely good. The reason why I'm saying 50% is simply because this was a trial which was compared to ipilimumab, and ipilimumab is not a placebo control, but there was a group from Lausanne, Switzerland, which discovered the statistical issues, and they found out it's an almost 50% improvement in relapse-free survival over observation or placebo alone, which is again a very good result. Toxicities are fine. There is some rare toxicities in less than 10% of the patients. Roughly 10% of the patients drop off treatment, so they discontinue. But the rest of the patient is making it to 1 year of treatment, which is a good sign. And therefore, it's highly effective, well tolerated. So as in stage 4 disease, so the patients are doing well. The same is true for pembrolizumab, the other PD-1 antibody, and the data on the Keynote 054 trial have just been released and published in New England Journal of Medicine, our home journal from large-sized melanoma trials. The phase 3 trial showed an improvement of 43% in progression-free survival, and a subgroup analysis showed a benefit in all patients. This is not dependent on the BRAF mutational status, it's not dependent whether this is stage 3A, B or C, and it's not dependent on PD-L1 expression, which is also a very important issue. So across all subgroups, you know, pembrolizumab is doing well, and the toxicity is almost the same as expected, I need to say, as for nivolumab. Although this is a cross comparison across 2 different clinical trials, we should never compare, but we are always doing it. So I can say it's the same magnitude of a benefit in terms of the hazard ratio, and it's the same toxicity rate, and not surprisingly, treatment discontinuations are observed in the same range. Always 10 to 14% of patients who are not making it to 1 year because they have some sort of toxicities. So in general, I believe we are in a new era of adjuvant treatment. The immunotherapy is standard of care. Only in patients who have a BRAF mutation we can have an alternative, which is dabrafenib and trametinib, and we have the choice now of these 2 treatment modalities. So it's another home run for the PD-1 antibodies now in the adjuvant setting, as it was for stage 4 melanoma setting, and I'm very happy that I can discuss more than only interferon with my patients from the fall of 2018. I'd like to thank you very much.